Welcome, everybody. We are here with the premiere of our new channel called Peace in the Valley. I have Angel Steiner here with me. I am Bryce Steiner, and we are creating this channel because we want something fun and different that is done right here in Antwerp, Ohio. And this is Peace in the Valley because, well, that's what we called it. That's a story for another video. But today we are going to bring you
Mexican salsa.
Mexican salsa is one of our favorites that we get at restaurants. We love going to get salsa. And last year we ran into a conundrum.
COVID-19 shut all our restaurants down.
COVID-19 just was terrible. We couldn't go anywhere in 2020, or at least a year ago. And due to COVID-19, Cinco de Mayo was a disaster, especially because we love it so much. We love to go out with our friends. And what did we decide to do, Angel?
We decided to figure out how to make it because they made it, so we can too.
We decided to do Mexican salsa, and it took a few tries, but I think we perfected it. And we were able to make a whole bunch of salsa and give it to some of our friends. Unfortunately, we couldn't give it to all of them, but we had a pretty good response. And that response was they wanted to know how we made it. And instead of trying to explain it to everybody or share it to everybody, we are actually going to show you on our premiere episode of our channel, Peace in the Valley. So before you forget, I want you to like the video right here, and I want you to subscribe to the video. Subscribe to our channel because that's how we're going to be able to make more videos. So please do right now. I'm waiting. Okay, thank you. Now, the ingredients list for Mexican salsa is actually pretty simple. Angel, would you like to go through the ingredients list?
Sure. No particular brands. We do 1 28-ounce of diced tomatoes, 1 10-ounce can of Rotel. This is the Aldi brand of the original diced tomatoes with green chilies. 1 medium onion that we're going to chop. 1 large jalapeno, which was our one snafu. We forgot to buy those at the store. So you're going to want to do a jalapeno. We'll show you how we're going to substitute that in a minute. A handful of cilantro, which we forgot in the refrigerator. And 3 cloves of garlic, which cloves are little pieces that make up this bulb. A teaspoon of granulated garlic, because garlic is good. Half a teaspoon of cumin. A teaspoon of onion powder. 1.5 teaspoons of salt. And then for extra heat, which we are going to use all the heat, is 1/4 of a teaspoon of cayenne pepper and 2 teaspoons of lime juice, which we also forgot.
We may have to bump that up just a little bit because without the flavor of jalapenos, it does miss something. But we are recording this on what day?
May 4th.
May 4th. So we have to have it ready for, well, today now that you're watching. And we are going to make sure we get all those other ingredients. I'm going to post the entire recipe below right here in this video, okay? So you don't have to go back and listen, but you can if you want to. If you're really that excited about it, we invite you to come back and watch. But we are going to go ahead and get started. Why don't you go ahead and start chopping? Oh, one more thing is while Angel's doing that, we are actually also going to make the chips while we're here. And we're going to cheat because they're almost halfway made anyway. But Angel's going to go ahead and start all of the ingredients, and we're going to get all this going. So just have fun watching. Are you going to, you're only going to do like 1 can of each right now, right?
Yeah, that's
okay.
what fits in this.
Okay. I'm just going to keep the cameras rolling.
Okay. The limes
And cut that out.
are hanging by the lemons on the metal shelf. And then the juicer is on the drain board, I think.
Okay, the limes are in the fridge?
No,
Okay.
hanging on the metal shelves.
Where's the cilantro?
Right, crisper. You don't have to worry about cutting the tomato too small. You just kind of make chunks with it after you peel it. Because that's what this is for. And I have just the original Ninja. It works just fine for this.
Okay, what else did you tell me to get? I got the cilantro, I got the juicer, the lime. Where's the limes at?
Hanging on the metal shelves.
How many do you need?
I need 2 teaspoons. So I'm going to need that little miniature cup.
We don't have lime juice in the fridge?
Oh yeah, we do. Get that lime. We'll do that.
That would be easier.
That's in the door. When I do garlic, I do a cheat. I have a garlic press, which Bryce is going to get for me. That way I don't have to peel it. I know everybody's got their own little fun hack for how to peel garlic. I don't think they work. Where I keep my coffee, there's a basket, and that's where I keep my garlic. And the press is back there.
Yes, we didn't quite go through everything. She's like, this is so exciting.
The recipe says 3 cloves of garlic, but as you'll notice when you get them apart, they're all different sizes. So if you got little ones, put them together. That way, that looks like one that equals that size.
There's some bad ones in here, so you have
Just
to.
cut them apart.
Okay. Now, can I go ahead and start frying?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's a fun sound.
While Angel is working on preparing the vegetables, I am going to work on, what are these? The tortillas.
Tortilla chips.
So, how do you make tortilla chips? Well, the easy way is to take your tortillas, your corn tortillas, right? Corn tortillas.
Yeah, corn.
Corn tortillas.
Flour ones
That
are
all,
weird.
yeah, the flour ones don't cook right. And then take them, and what we do is we cut them as if you did like 6 pieces of a pizza. So we cut the first one, and you'll see that's actually already cut. Then we keep just going as if we were cutting in thirds, okay? Okay. Now we go back and do this part. Just be gentle there. You don't want anybody getting cut or hurt. Okay, and we have this deep fryer that was actually donated to us by Crystal Ryder, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you, Crystal.
Thank you, Crystal. Now, you take your tortillas and just throw them in. Okay, put them in the basket. Put them in the basket, okay? There's a reason why you have a basket. And you can actually do quite a bit. I wouldn't start, if you haven't done it before, I wouldn't do them all at once. And you may find that if you've done this before, you may say, oh, those Steiners don't have a clue what they're doing.
And we think not.
And you're probably right.
This is just what works for us.
But it's pretty good. Okay. Now you may hear traffic going by. We have our temperature set at 350. But like I said, you may hear traffic going by because we have the windows open. When
you're cutting the cilantro, some people like a lot of stem. I don't like a lot of stems, so I try to get as much stem off as I can.
Do we put the lid on it?
No.
Don't put the lid on it. Angel says so. And she knows what she's doing. Okay. You don't have to do a lot of chopping because the Ninja is going to do that.
Yeah. I give it a rough chop, like I said, just because I keep some of the stems in, and the Ninja doesn't do well with a lot of stems. So I just kind of give it a few chops.
What do we figure? About 3 minutes to blend, or not blend, but to cook the
Yeah, I think so.
the chips?
It's about 3 minutes.
3 minutes. You don't want to underdo it or they stay gummy. If you overdo it,
They'll start to float.
yeah, they kind of float. They'll stop bubbling in the deep fryer. If you've used the deep fryer much, you don't need any advice from us. And that's all I have to say about that.
What do you think, quarters or eighths for our chunks of onion?
We chop them fairly. We just chop it. So just chop.
Not a professional chopper. I do it to get the job done.
So while we keep making this, the entire process probably only will take about 10 to 15 minutes once you do it. It's actually fairly simple. In our case, it took longer to set up the cameras than I think what the actual process of making the salsa is going to be.
I use the unsharpened side of the garlic press to get all the garlic off the bottom.
The knife?
The knife. What did I say?
The garlic press.
Oh, yeah. I don't think there's a knife on the garlic press.
No knife on the garlic press.
That's good.
Have you already put like the garlic powder and the onion powder in?
No, I didn't. That's probably a good idea to put that in before it gets too full like this.
This recipe pushes our Ninja to the limit.
Yeah, we've
on
got the smaller one.
Because ours is a little bit too small, but yeah, it's okay. It's still good.
Still mixes. It's just full.
But it was so disappointing last year when we were not able to go to restaurants, and with everything being shut down, it was very sad.
And you could get it to go, but it's just not the same as sharing a table with your friends and eating chips and salsa.
And that is if they were even open.
Yeah.
If they were even
It took them a while
open.
to be open. That was really weird.
Especially a year ago.
Right now.
A year ago.
It was just starting to reopen.
It was just starting to reopen. Okay. Do you think my chips are about done? I think they're about done.
You're getting close.
We're going to let them dry. Drain. We started off with fresh oil. And if your oil is getting very old, though, it will give you a funny flavor. So make sure to start off with fresh oil, especially if you're delivering it to your friends. You don't want to let them know that you used your 2-month-old oil.
Gross. I'm getting a bellyache saying like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, we need cumin.
I'm going to have to go to get cumin.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll go find the cumin. Also, I think we need some salt on the chips.
Oh, yeah. So we need the salt shaker.
Okay. I'll be back with salt and cumin.
I'll have to fill the salt shaker. Oh, I didn't fund it.
Is the light supposed to be on?
The light off means that
It's
it's
hot?
off to temperature.
Okay. Cumin.
And salt shaker. How much cayenne do you think I should use?
I would
Use
just,
the whole fourth of a teaspoon?
I would use the full fourth of a teaspoon, and we'll start there. Okay, here's your cumin. Here's some salt. We add rice to our salt because
We don't have air
we
conditioning.
don't have air conditioning, and our humidity control is whatever God says it's going to be that day.
Makes it rough when you're making bread.
Yeah, or yogurt, or anything else.
I didn't know this was a new cumin.
That was a new cumin, yeah, I guess. And as you can see behind Angel, we have Percy, who has decided to help. Percy, you were told not to show up.
This is not really our kitchen, by the way, either. So.
But it looks better than our kitchen.
This is empty.
That's why we have another one just in case. You can finish that one off.
There's nothing in here.
There's a tiny, tiny bit. We don't want anything to go to waste. Now, you can also see that Angel is also collecting all the waste from what we're making. So the onions and the scrap, anything we put on our compost pile. And the composter, including eggshells, cardboard, stuff like that, we put in there, even our wood chips and sawdust, all go into the composter to just turn into good dirt. Okay, it's time for our next batch.
How do you open it? Oh, puncture a small hole.
Puncture a small hole.
Are you sure how to do that?
I would unscrew it.
You don't. It doesn't unscrew.
It doesn't unscrew. How'd they get it all in there?
I don't know. Put it in there, put the lid on. You got something sharp?
Yeah. My wit.
It's not sanitary. Don't do this. But we're the only ones going to eat this with them.
Maybe. Try it. I don't know.
I've never had to do that before. I always double check through the recipe list before I start blending because invariably I always forget something. But this time I didn't, except for the jalapeno.
Which unfortunately is a critical part of this.
Yeah. So it's going to be a somewhat superb salsa. Why don't I lift one? There it goes. The recipe says about 30 seconds. Bryce doesn't like it chunky. He likes it to be all nice and well blended, just like the restaurant. So I just keep going until I don't see chunks anymore.
So I would do it even longer, but
I always
Angel's the one doing this. So yeah, I just kind of let it run for a bit. I want it to be smooth, just like the restaurant is. You get the salsa from the restaurants is just completely different than the salsa you get at Mayo or Walmart. You know, those always are chunky. They don't have near as good a flavor. This here is what we came up with that we believe is very similar to what the restaurants have. And I think it's fantastic. Does that mean we stop going to the Mexican restaurants? Absolutely not. It means we just appreciate it all the more. Did you taste it?
Not bad.
Is it good? Really good?
Yeah.
All right.
I like it cold better. But yeah. And that cayenne worked.
Okay.
We got some.
You want to blend it a little longer?
Yeah.
I'm just into blending longer. We got to. Sure. Okay. Yeah, I'd say we're pretty good.
Okay.
Okay. So, are we done now with the salsa?
Yeah.
You want to show everybody what it looks like? In fact, what we're going to do is we're going to actually jar some up here, and we're going to show you. It's going to be actually a little frothy on top, which is completely normal. You want it to actually be a little bit frothy on top because you know that helped blend it. Do you have the spoon at all that you can stir it and check? See if we have it thin enough.
What do you think?
I would blend it longer.
Think more?
Yep. Now you might be asking, why wouldn't we use fresh tomatoes? Well, the answer is the fresh tomatoes aren't very good right now. The fresh tomatoes are greenhouse tomatoes. Keep blending. The fresh tomatoes are just greenhouse tomatoes, and I think we all agree, I mean, this is probably one thing we can agree on, is that greenhouse tomatoes just aren't very good. These here, the canned tomatoes, are what the Mexican restaurants actually use, and I think it is fantastic. So I am looking forward to this new batch that we're getting ready to finish right now. You can see it did not take very long. So join us, make some, and have a lot of fun. Be sure to like and subscribe to our channel, and looking forward to having many more videos. So take care, and we'll see you.
Yeah. Do we use a funnel to put this in?
I don't think so. These are yeah.
You hear that? Listen. 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 Shh.
That's a little squeal.
Yeah.
Just a bird.
Outside, hopefully?
Yes.
Okay.
We have windows open. There you go.
Maybe we should. I mean, mouses or bats or anything.